Hello, Aušrinė. Nice to meet you again.
Hello, Tina. Great to see you.
So, as agreed earlier, I think it's nice to have a little chat with you again regarding strategy.
Absolutely thrilled to discuss with you again.
Yeah, I have some open questions that I thought that I would love to ask from you, things that I have been thinking by myself, and it's always great to hear some other opinions as well. So my first question is that in a company, high-level visions and helicopter perspective is needed. But how to achieve that high-level goals would become concrete actions?
Thank you for this excellent question. It's a very, very big and important question indeed. To answer your question, we should first understand the reasons why high-level visions or helicopter perspectives, as you named it, do not directly become actions. So if we think about the actions and systems that corporate management usually discusses, what are they? Well, usually it's about making a strategy document and communicating the strategy to the board. Once approved, communicating strategy to managers and employees in different units, and communicating some parts of the strategy to external stakeholders, right? In addition to communication, corporate management traditionally uses some systems for delivering the targets or goals to individuals. It can be systems that management created by themselves, or it can be some methods for strategy implementation, be it objectives, key results, Hoshin Kandri, balanced scorecard, or similar. Such deliveries of goals is usually supplemented with the performance appraisals. We give a target. If the target is achieved, bonus or reward are gained. So corporate management expects that once communication is in place, goals are delivered and benefits for achieving the goal are established, people are likely to behave or may not behave or behave partly. And there's a lot of rationale in such thinking, and a lot of things can be achieved through getting these three elements right. But this is not enough.
So why this is not enough?
Well, the benefit and the problem at the same time is that humans who work in firms are not robots. And humans are interpretive, they're biased, they have selective attention. Moreover, humans have cultural and personal preferences, individual interests, and they're also affected by various social powers. And this applies to every human in a firm, be this a top-level manager, a middle manager, a project or team leader, or non-management employee. No one is an exception. And as a result, there are differences between the organizational structure that we draw on a paper and the organizational structure that we actually apply in daily work. There are differences between the definition of corporate vision, which is written in a firm's webpage, and the way the CEO, PMO, or HR manager or any other manager presents it to their teams or at corporate level. There are differences between how good incentives to fulfill the goals seem to be from the perspective of a corporate manager and how good the same incentives to implement strategies seem to be from a perspective of the non-management employee in India, in Germany, in UK, or any other country unit. And these are just few examples about differences between what corporate management intends to do, that is what corporate management lays down on the paper, presentation, or an IT system, and what everyone in the firm actually does, meaning how they behave or how they communicate, and how everyone experiences all this, so how they perceive, feel, live these situations.
Yes, this is very interesting. But knowing this as a manager, then what should I do? How to utilize this in my daily work when implementing strategy and trying my best to make the strategy actionable?
These observations bring indeed many applications for every manager, and it's complex, but let me try to focus on some core implications for the corporate management in this episode. So first, no matter how busy we are, we should avoid simplifications and expectation that if we get the communication, deliver the goal and appraisals right, strategy will be implemented as we expected. This is particularly true for larger and international firms like yours, that operate in a multinational, as a multinational corporation. So second, interpreting certain corporate level measurements should be done with a critical thinking. So for example, many firms conduct employee satisfaction surveys about how employees understand strategy. Firms also conduct development discussions reflecting on strategy implementation and so on. This data does not necessarily represent the entire truth about how things are. This data represents individual experiences and interpretations. So yes, these experiences are affected by what happens in the firm and how firm is being managed. But these experiences do not necessarily provide the information about the causes of the problem, even if we see some correlations or relationships in the data. So let's say that we learn from the survey that managers communicate poorly to non-management employees. We should investigate more. We should not stop there, because manager communication may not be a direct problem. This is only a reflection of how people feel about it. The actual problem may be that the tool through which manager communication is being delivered is not convenient, or that communication is hard to understand for a non-management employee, or that within a specific cultural environment, people would expect different content of communication. Be critical about the hard facts that various surveys and measurements deliver to you when working on strategy implementation improvements. And finally, instead of assuming that firm has this process or this system to support strategy enactment, investigate how it actually functions and how people experience it. This can be done through regular work conversations. Some task force discussions are similar. Understanding how people use that system will help you enhance the intended system in such a way that fit daily operations, bringing strategy to how people actually work. Also, when leading change towards adoption of more efficient systems, you will have good arguments from daily life of people in the organization, making them convinced that the newly suggested system will simultaneously fit and support their work and will help them implement the strategy. I hope this helps.
Thank you, Aušrinė. Very, very interesting, and I'm sure that it helps. Very, very nice input from your side. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Looking forward for more discussions with you.
Same here.